Which vehicles have the best resale value in the market for 2023? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Up Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. For this video, I'm going to go through the top 10 vehicles with the lowest depreciation and best resale value in every category, including cars, SUVs, trucks, and even electrified vehicles too. The data for this video is provided by iSeeCars.com, a reputable car buying website that provides a lot of useful data on the car industry. And make sure to stick around until the end of the video, because I'm also going to share 3 vehicles that actually appreciate rather than depreciate over time. And if you enjoy and get value out of this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post 2 videos a week, always straight to the point, valuable car buying advice designed to help you, the consumer. So we're going to start this video off with number 10 in the hybrid category, which is the Toyota Prius. According to iSeeCars.com, the Toyota Prius only loses around 22.7% of its value over the first 5 years of ownership. That's certainly very strong resale value, and not all that surprising given how popular the Prius is, especially in these times of very high gas prices. The Prius is one of the most fuel-efficient vehicles that you can buy on the market. It also has outstanding long-term reliability, all of which contributes to its very strong popularity and high resale value. And next up in the number 9 spot in the electric car category, we have the Tesla Model X. Now, I was a little bit surprised to see this one on the list, but according to iSeeCars.com, the Model X only loses 38.8% of its value over the first 5 years. Now, it's no secret that Teslas are extremely popular among EVs, and even though the Model Y and the Model 3 take the top spots in terms of sales, because they don't have 5 years worth of depreciation data quite yet, that explains why the Model X has taken the top spot, at least for the time being. It does need to be said though, even though this is good resale value for an electric car, it's not that great when you compare it against other vehicle categories. And that's likely due to the fact that a lot of buyers are just scared of buying an electric car past a certain age, mostly due to the cost of the really expensive battery pack if it needs to be replaced. Luckily, regular gas and hybrid vehicles don't have that issue, as we can see with the number 8 vehicle in the compact SUV category, which is the Toyota RAV4. According to iSeeCars.com, both the RAV4 and RAV4 Hybrid only lose around 23.1% of their value over the first 5 years of ownership. That's better than any other compact SUV on the market, and not hard to see why, given how popular the RAV4 is, its incredibly strong reputation for reliability, low repair costs, and great fuel economy too, especially if you go for the hybrid version. The RAV4 is just a great all-around SUV to buy for the long haul, or to sell in the short term and get the majority of your money back. And you could also say the same about the number 7 pick in the mid-sized SUV category. We have the Toyota 4Runner. According to iSeeCars, the 4Runner only loses 21.7% of its value over the first 5 years of ownership. And again, this amazing resale value is due to the 4Runner's incredible popularity in the market, with both regular consumers and off-road enthusiasts too. The 4Runner has a very strong following, and it's also one of the most reliable vehicles that you can buy on the market too, which explains why so many buyers are looking for one. But if you want something that's a little bit more affordable to buy and better on gas, then let's move on to number 6 in the subcompact SUV category. We have the Subaru Crosstrek and the Honda HR-V. According to iSeeCars.com, both the Crosstrek and HR-V only lose 20.8% of their value over the first 5 years of ownership. And again, this one's no surprise. The HR-V and the Crosstrek have long been excellent at retaining their value over time. They are both known for being extremely reliable with very low cost of repair and great fuel economy for an overall very low cost of ownership. So whether you're looking to buy for the long term or short term, you really can't go wrong choosing either the Crosstrek or the HR-V if you want a small subcompact crossover SUV. But if you just prefer something like an affordable compact sedan, then let's move on to number 5 in the sedan category. We have a tie between the Honda Civic and the Toyota Corolla. According to iSeeCars.com, both the Corolla and Civic only lose 16.3% of their value over the first 5 years of ownership, with the Civic narrowly beating out the Corolla. Now, to be fair, almost every compact car is very good at retaining its value over time, mostly due to affordability and fuel economy more than anything else. But the Civic and Corolla take that to the next level thanks to their very strong reputation for strong reliability, which makes them some of the most desirable options on the market. So whether you're planning on buying one of these to keep until the wheels fall off, or if you plan to trade it in after a few years, the Corolla and Civic are two of the most affordable ways to maximize your return on your purchase. And next up in number 4, we'll do the full-size truck category, with the winner being the Toyota Tundra. According to iSeeCars.com, the Tundra only loses 20.3% of its value over the first 5 years. That gives the Tundra better resale value than any other full-size truck on the market, and it's not hard to see why. Historically, the Tundra has always been one of the most reliable trucks that you can buy, which explains why it's so popular to buy on the used car market when compared to a lot of its competitors. And that's also true of the mid-size truck in the number 3 spot, which is the Toyota Tacoma. According to iSeeCars, Tacomas only lose 14.9% of their value after the first 5 years, which is pretty astonishing. These trucks hardly depreciate over time, which means you're going to get the majority of your money back if you plan to sell it or trade it in after the first 4 to 5 years. And that incredible resale value is again due to their amazing reputation for very strong reliability, low repair costs, and just generally being very good trucks to buy. But it's not just regular passenger cars and trucks that can be good at holding their value over time. We also see this with a lot of sports cars on the market too, including the one in the number 3 spot, which is the Porsche 911. According to iSeeCars.com, the Porsche 911 only loses 14.6% of its value over the first 5 years of ownership. That is pretty incredible, especially when you consider how expensive 911s are to buy when brand new on the market. But it just goes to show you the amazing popularity and demand that the 911 has managed to achieve. Indeed, although a lot of sports cars are really good at retaining their value over time, thanks to their strong demand on the used car market. This includes cars like the Subaru BRZ, the Chevy Camaro, and the Ford Mustang. None of them can compare to the number 1 vehicle on this list though, which is the Jeep Wrangler. Yes, it's no surprise to see the Wrangler take the number 1 spot on this list. According to iSeeCars.com, Wranglers only lose 7.3% of their value over the first 5 years. And that is truly incredible and just goes to show what kind of high demand the Wrangler is in. Now, Wranglers don't necessarily have the best reputation for long-term reliability. They can in fact be a little bit hit and miss in this area. But it doesn't seem to matter all that much, because even if you want to sell it after just a few years, you are going to get the vast majority of your money back. Now, it is worth mentioning, due to the severe industry-wide car shortage that has been ongoing across the market, a lot of vehicles have much lower depreciation than normal. This is especially true of newer vehicles. According to iSeeCars.com, a lot of the top picks only depreciate between 2 to 10% in the first 3 years. And because the demand for vehicles has been so strong and the shortage so severe, a handful of vehicles have even appreciated over the first 3 years, the first of those being the Jeep Wrangler. Yes, according to iSeeCars.com, Wranglers that are up to 3 years old can be worth 2% more than the original MSRP. Which means that if you have a 2 to 3 year old Wrangler to sell, you could in fact sell it for exactly what you paid for it brand new, which is pretty incredible. But it gets even more incredible if you own the next vehicle, which is the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. According to iSeeCars, RAV4 hybrids that are up to 3 years old can be worth 2.5% more than the original MSRP. This applies to the current generation RAV4 hybrid, which was introduced in 2019. Which means that if you bought one of these vehicles brand new and just drove it normally, you wouldn't have lost a single dime, which does make a lot of sense considering how long the waiting periods can be to order a brand new one from the dealer. But things are even more crazy for the last vehicle, which is the Porsche 911. According to iSeeCars.com, 911s appreciate by 5.7% in the first 3 years of ownership. Which again means that if you own a 911 that's only 1 to 3 years old, you could in fact sell it for more than what you paid for it brand new. And again, this does make sense considering that ordering a brand new 911 could take between 1 to 2 years. So for those who can't afford to wait or just want to have one right away, they are willing to pay a huge price premium. The takeaways from this video are pretty clear. Sports cars do extremely well at maintaining very strong resale value, but the same could also be said of a lot of hybrid cars, hybrid SUVs, and small fuel-efficient cars too. All of these types of vehicles have very strong demand, regardless of whether you're buying one brand new or used. So if you buy any one of these vehicles, you should get a really nice return if you do need to sell it or trade it in down the road. So let me know what you thought of this video, and if you have any suggestions for any future car videos, just leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also take a look at my other car videos by clicking these links over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you need any additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcan.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.